You restrict. I have already discussed. So this is all your delivery configuration, which you do, and then you come to the review and submit. You click OK. Now this is your view mode of your EIB. You have the name, the GetData section. You have the data source, which is a clickable link. You can open your custom report from here. Then all the details that you were there, the data source page to deliver, the method, your file name, the document retention, your sequence generator facility, and so on, so forth. All these things. Now, let's run your EIB. So if your report had any launch parameters, that was there in your report, any launch parameters. So they will not be lost in our report. We don't have any, but we can create one and use it here. So, and just like in the EIB, you are running it. You have only default two parameters, file name and the document retention policy. But if any of your report has any launch parameters, they will not be lost. They will be carry forwarded accordingly here, and then you can also use them here to configure, to dynamically configure or whatever. Just like we discussed in the report, you can configure them here as well. They will not be lost. They will be coming here if they have any, and then again, they will be passed to your report. So in the launch screen, you have the file name, since we do not have any file generator configured for now. So if you just keep it at system default, whatever you have kept it in your file name configuration, that will be there. If you want to overwrite that, what you have configured, so whatever, now you write the file name here. That will take the preference. If you want to make it determine value at runtime. So this is when we are going to use. Wherein you have a sequence generator configured, then we are going to use it and we just write next here. So next sequence for integration file utility. So if you have a sequence generator configured, then in that case you will do this, determine value at runtime. And if you go to the later action of this, it will tell you returns the next sequence value for the sequence generator configured for the EIB. While launching or scheduling, you will lose. You use this, in that case, when you have configured the sequence generator. So we use it when we will configure. For now we will do the system default, whatever we have configured in the EIB already. This is a document retention. You want to override it with the 5 days that we configure. You can override it now with the any value that you want. So now we will run it. I just have one doubt that the report was temporary and not sure what was at last day to be used, but we'll see. So your integration is completed, and you see how quick it was. It just took 2 seconds to complete. So you have the integration event. Since this is our first integration that we have built after the report we are coming, so this is how your normal integration. Integration process monitor page will look like. You have these, processing time, the status of the integration, the request name by which it was created, the name of the integration here as well the integration event link, who initiated it, when they initiated, how it ran, as maybe it ran as an ISU or these. Since we do not have any ISU for the integration, so it is by default. It is run by the same user. But when you transfer the ownership of your integration to the ISU, then in the RAIN-S column you will see the RAIN by as an ISU. Initiator will be the initiator who initiated it. Response message. After the integration, it was completed. This is how it ran initially. When triggered retrieval completed, whatever the steps, was there. Now below, if you would see where I want you to focus in the Enterprise Interface Event section, GetData. Have you seen this kind of thing already anywhere? We have seen this in web services. Like from the report, we open related actions. Okay, yes, so that's why I was saying EIB is just a placeholder in the background. It kind of uses the web service, and now you know how your report is used by the EIB to actually do a web service call. Exactly same URL for the report is generated. And did you mention anything else as well? Do you have anything after your report name here? After the report name, do you have anything? Like format or something like that. Anything you know why? When don't you see the format option? In which cases? When we have fun day. XML as a default method. We don't see any format here, and, if you remember, when we were configuring the EIB, I kept it as none and I told you that if you don't choose anything work, the XML will be the default method. So that's what it does in it, kind of. So, accordingly, the format that you passed, that format works as a query parameter to the report, and if you have chosen JSON as a format there, it would have appended ? Format is in this URL and, accordingly, that URL will be formed and you are going to get the output. So this is your output file. We just open it. It would just be about the XML that I'm expecting. This is your work, the XML, as we were expecting same output as you would have got by running the web services for the report in the Workday XML format. Now if I go to the EIB, to the Enterprise Interface, Edit, go to the Add Data. This alternate output if I select JSON. Click Next. Maybe here I want to change, or JSON. So now, if you go and just rerun it again, so it is default. Since Workday X, you understand what the example was default, so it did not take time for update to generate the Workday XML, but from 2 seconds for the same output, it took now 10 seconds because there was something happening in the background and it was kind of generating you the JSON file. Now, if I have this JSON opened, I don't have any tools in this VDI. But I'll just be able to show you the text, only this JSON. So this is your JSON 5 generated. Now, if you go to the integration details page, you'll see something here. Format is equals to JSON was appended as and when you chose the output, so nothing is happening. EIB just behaving as a placeholder. It is using the attributes and all those things. Doing the beautification for your EIB, passing these as the parameters to, and apparently to, a report, and then report is running in the background, behind the scenes, and then getting with the out.